Alright guys, hope everybody's doing okay today. Honestly, I really didn't want to make this video, because I just don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that, that fear and doom guy, the top caller guy, whatever you want to call it. Because there's a lot of people out there like that, and that have been doing that for years, and they're not right, and they were never right, and including myself. I mean, I haven't really done it. I thought the top was in 2023, but I was an idiot then, and it obviously was not the top. But I think the top is very near, guys. I really do, for the stock market. Okay, I'm just talking about the stock market. I guess technically for the economy, because the stock market is basically a representation of the economy's well-being. But I think it's near. Is it in? Possibly. It could already be in. It really could. I think there's a couple scenarios we're looking at right now, and one is a sell-off right now in the next couple weeks. Not a huge sell-off, just like 5%, something like that. But regardless of what happens, if we make another high or not, I really think we're gonna see, I said it in my other video, bare minimum 15%, 20% sell-off this year. And I think before Trump's term is over, the economy is going to return to its mean. We're going to get a recession. Unemployment's going to spike. The markets are going to reset. We're kind of already seeing the inner workings of it happening. Benjamin Cowan goes through this really well. How if you've been paying attention the last year or so, how the riskiest assets have basically been getting sold, and people have been moving their money up the risk curve to less riskier and less riskier things over the last year, even year and a half, right? First of all, we got no alt season on crypto, which is like a major red flag, right? Altcoins are the epitome of risk, right? Most of them are shit coins, right? So, and this is the first cycle we really haven't gotten an alt season on the blow off top for crypto. That's a red flag. So people are not, which is just telling you people aren't comfortable putting their money in a risky place right now because of the grander scheme of things, because the well-being of the economy. Okay, at least smart money's not, big money's not. There's a lot of dum-dums on Twitter who are telling you to fucking full port your net worth into AI shit stocks right now and all this shit. And guys, don't fucking listen to them. It's just, they are so far removed from reality. It's insane. AI is not going to cause the market to go parabolic. People think that AI is going to just change everything right now, and it's just not. It's super powerful. It can be super good. It can be good for the economy and everything, and it can make the markets go higher, but not now. Not even close to now. Like, this is going to take time, guys. AI is going to take time. I mean, it has a long ways to go. There's times I use AI a lot, and I use Grok and Claude, and and it's very helpful for a lot of things. It's pretty awesome technology, and there's times that I use it and I'm like, wow, this thing is retarded. I mean, I asked it to make me a picture of something, and for the life of it just cannot get anything close to it. And I ask it what it's doing, and it just gives some stupid response. I'm like, wow, we have a long ways to go. And the technology is one thing. Integrating it and assimilating with it in society at broader scale is a whole nother ball game. Okay, yes, the technology is awesome and it's great and it's super powerful for the 0.01% of people who understand it and use it. 99.9% of people don't have a flying fucking clue about what AI does. They don't use it, and quite frankly, they don't give a shit about it. Actually, people, there's, a good chunk of real society, real everyday people that aren't stuck in this little, like, AI information bubble, Twitter sphere information fucking bubble. Like, they fucking hate it. They don't want it. They don't want any part of it. And even if they did care, guys, people are broke right now. Okay? People are broke. The labor market is starting to crack. It's been cracking, but the last labor report was pretty worrying. Nobody's hiring. Nobody's quitting their job. But eventually, people are going to start getting laid off. And guess what? They're still not going to be hiring. And unemployment's going to go up. Unemployment for young people is as high as it's ever been. Young people can't find a job. People out of college can't find a job. Our population, age-wise, is lopsided. Majority of our population is fucking old people. And old people don't give a rat's ass about AI. And even if they did, they're too old to understand it and even want to try to learn about it and learn how to use it. So AI adoption is going to take time, right? It's going to take time, and it can be good, but it changes everything. It changes the way society works, and that's just something that's not going to happen overnight. And look at what's happening to software companies in the market too, Smart money is seeing this coming already. They're already on it, everybody who's buying right now with the hopes of a fucking AI parabolic rally is literally exit liquidity for smart money. Okay? Just look around the market, look at the blue chips, literally just sit there for an hour and look at individual stocks. Look at the market leaders. Their charts are fucked. Yeah, they might get a bounce. They'll get a bounce into declining moving averages, declining 200 moving averages, declining 20-week, bull market support band moving averages. The bullish structural integrity of the majority of market leaders has already been destroyed. It's been broke. But like I was saying with the risk curve and people moving up the risk curve and smart money protecting their money, like, it's been happening. So first we didn't get altcoins, we didn't get an alt season, then Bitcoin topped out. Bitcoin started selling off already, okay, corrected 50%. Bitcoin's a lot riskier than the stock market. Then gold and silver and metals go parabolic and blow off top. Okay, that's the ultimate, like, risk signal. That's where people put their money in times of fear, and that blew off top, corrected 30-40%. I still think those could go higher. I think they could see a second rally, but not for about another year or so. Gold could make another high this year, but nothing crazy. But we could still see another leg on the precious metals bull market, which would make sense if we're on a risk-off environment. Like, people will still want to buy those. And now we've seen software companies and all these speculative AI, quantum, space, Palantir, all these bubble stocks and all these like hype stocks, they are all selling off now. So we're literally moving up the chain. Like, people are selling off stuff that is more riskier, and people are decreasing their risk load slowly but surely. And if you've been watching this, you'll know what I'm talking about. Up to the point where the only thing holding up the market is the Mag 7 and semiconductors. And we are starting to see those break. They are the last thing on the risk curve that people haven't unloaded yet, right? What happens when people start selling that? The market falls, okay? The market falls. You know, I'm not going to try to guess exactly what's going to happen, but before Trump's term is over, the next 3 years, there's going to be some major market volatility. I think I will, with almost full confidence, say that in the next 3 years, the market will not go anywhere. It will not go more than, let's say, 10% higher in the next 3 years. At the very most, at the very best scenario, is the market is 10% higher in 3 years. That's a very best scenario. Worst case, honestly, we could easily see a 50% index correction. I'm serious. There's a lot of things. There's just a lot of things lining up, and this is the business cycle. This shit happens historically. Okay, everyone says this time is different until it's not. You know, every time, and there's just a lot of catalysts. You know, if you look at season now, I think into the end of April, early May, that will be the top for this year. Or it'll start the major sell-off for the year. It depends if we sell off in the next 2 weeks now or not. But, you know, there's a chance we do put in a UTAD yet. And the last 2 months have just been a major distribution. And we still could get that upthrust to a new high, that upthrust after distribution on low volume, and then top out, you know, late April, early May. So I'll be watching for that. Otherwise, we sell off now in the next 2 weeks. We come down to SPY 650-ish, and it's creating a path of least resistance, and then we fuck around for a couple months, maybe bounce a little bit into late April, early May, where we have catalysts like Jay Powell, the man. He's resigning May 6th. There's FOMC April 28th, I think. There's just a lot of catalysts. You know, the Taiwan Strait, the 2 months, the 2 times where it would be most favorable for the Chinese to do anything is between late April, early May, and October, which happen to be the 2 most bearish months of the year for the market. Imagine that. There's a lot of catalysts right then that could start the sell-off. And look at midterm Republican year. Just look at midterm presidential election year seasonality. Just look at it. I mean, it's the only year that doesn't end higher than it started, historically. It typically calls for a little rally into April and May, one last rally, and then it sells off extremely hard until October and November timeline. That's the typical seasonality for a midterm year. Okay, so we either start to sell off now or it starts more late April, early May. And we do get a final UTAD, a final high on low volume, like a low volume final burst. And it would just be super obvious. And basically that would just be like all the stocks that have already been beaten down, that would be them just bouncing into their now declining major moving averages. Remember guys, bear market rallies are the most intense rallies. Bull market sell-offs are the most intense sell-offs. Well, you could say, oh, Avery, like, what about all these intense sell-offs that's been happening? No, we haven't really gotten an intense sell-off. This has been distribution. We've been getting major sell days for the last 2 months, but we haven't moved anywhere in price. While the VIX has been uptrending. I mean, if you're on Twitter or whatever and anyone's telling you to fucking buy calls right now, just unfollow them. I'm serious. Just unfollow them because they're just gambling. Like, the odds are not in your favor. You will never have an absolute assurance in a trade. There's no such thing. Nobody knows what the market's going to do. The best you can do is put the odds in your favor. The odds are in your favor to be short right now. 100%. 100,000%. And don't get caught up in this, like, Twitter sphere, like, finance algorithm shit that convince you that everyone's thinking something when they're really not. Like, when you're reading all this shit on Twitter, it's literally, you're reading it from 15 to 20 people out of the entire US population. Talk to real people, like, and you get a whole different perspective. Like, when these Twitter folks are like, oh, doom and gloom, like, don't let the doom and gloom get to you. Nobody's doom and gloom, bro. Nobody is in real life. Like 10 accounts on Twitter are, and they're fucking, like, these people on Twitter, they don't even have accounts big enough to make a fucking dent in the market. Real people, real business owners, wealthy businessmen, hedge funds, institutions, like retired people, these are the people who actually have the money to move the markets. And you talk to them and they're buying right now. They're like, oh, buy the AI stock, buy this tech stock, blah, blah, blah. Like, these people are literally exit liquidity, and I feel so bad for them. Another thing is the Trump administration, they want to cut rates so bad. Like, guys, that's a fucking embarrassing. Just look at a chart. Look at a chart with some different metrics other than price. Look at interest rates and overlay it with the S&P. Like, when we're cutting rates, that's extremely bearish for the market. That means the economy's fucked. That means we're cutting rates and we're stimulating the economy because it's slowing down. And people are losing their jobs and they're not spending money. Trump wants to cut rates to fucking zero. He would if he could. But why would he do that? Because he knows what's coming. He knows what's coming. And he's probably going to cut rates. As soon as Jerome Powell resigns, he's going to put somebody in there and they're going to fucking slice him down. And the market's going to dump this year. I don't know how far, but it's going to dump. Also, out of 8 years, so we have Democrat and Republican 4-year presidential cycles. So there's 8 years historically. The two most bearish out of the 8 years, Republican and Democrat 4-year cycle, is the Republican midterm and Republican election year. So Trump's a Republican. The two worst historically performing years out of the 8 that are possible are literally this year and 2028. 2028 is actually worst performing historically. The last year of Republican cycle is the worst historically performing year in market history. And next is this year, the Republican midterm year. So it's something to keep in mind. Next year is actually decent. So, there's a couple ways I think we could see this play out. We either get one big 3-year bear market the rest of Trump's term, or we get a sell-off this year, not the sell-off, but we get like a 15 to 20%er, you know what I'm saying? And then next year, we rally up. Maybe we double top, a major double top, or we make like a slightly higher high, and then sell off into 2028 super hard. We get a huge bear market. That's when the labor market really goes cold, unemployment skyrockets, and Trump hands off a fucked economy and a fucked market off to the next president, which will probably be a Democrat. And I can see him doing it, because that'd be the ultimate fucking for the next Democrat, and he could get him back for that. He could be like, here, fix this shit. You know, honestly, just like he did in 2020, but the opposite. You know, he handed it off a fucking... I mean, honestly, he just printed the shit out of our money. He devalued our currency, and then he just handed it to Biden. And the market went up for 4 years because Trump printed so much during COVID. And now we're dealing with the repercussions of that. Yeah, but if you take a fib extension from the tariff crash, we're at the 1.618 level right now, and we've been stalling out at it on the SPX. You know, just saying, not saying anything, but yeah, what else? What other reasons were there? I mean, everything just makes sense, guys. Unemployment is really the thing to watch. I mean, that is the thing to watch ultimately. If that starts going up, the market's going to fall. It's not a question. That's what happens. The unemployment skyrockets and the market falls. Usually the market starts falling before the unemployment rises, and it's just like a self-reinforcing, like, positive feedback loop, you know. People sell their stocks, companies lose value, people lose their jobs, and it just repeats itself over and over and over. And yeah, so I think the top is near. I think we see it in the next couple months, you know. I don't care if I'm wrong. I mean, I'm pretty confident on this. I mean, I really am pretty confident on this. I'll be the first to admit if I'm wrong. What else did I want to say? There was one more thing that was... I mean, there's a lot of reasons that I think this, but, you know, yeah, I guess I'll just leave it at that. I can add on in the comment section, I guess. And sorry for the shitty video quality. Maybe someday I'll fix it up for you. Probably not. Because I honestly just, you know, I don't know if I want to, like, actually do this YouTube channel, or I'm just posting this stuff so I can get it off my chest. But just be careful the next few years, guys. It is not a time to be sticking your net worth into risk assets. Things are changing. Uncertainty's higher than it's been in a long time. And you can just feel it. Like, you know, a lot of reason for my thesis isn't even related to the market. You can just feel it. It's a feeling, you know. The market is just psychology. It's human emotion. And if you can get in tune with that in the real world, you don't always have to look at the chart to know what's going on. You know. One more thing, semis, like, guys, semis were holding the market up. Look at that big dick red candle today. Look at Nvidia earnings. They've been holding the market up, and they just got fucked. A lot of these things are so extended. It's insane. You know, even just a healthy correction for these would lead the market to a pretty good correction. So, and the mags too. I mean, like, if you just look at the charts, really, they don't look good, man. They really don't. Apple's still like the only one that's like kind of holding, I guess. But if you look historically in bear markets, Apple is like the last one to fall every time because it's at the top of the risk curve, you know? When people think of the least risky stock, at least normal people who aren't into this stuff, they think Apple. That's the first thing they think. Look what Apple's doing. Look what fucking Google's been doing. You know? Apple and Google, the two least riskiest things you can imagine. Look what they've been doing. You know, I mean, if you really think about it and you've been paying attention, like, you can kind of see what's going on. People don't want to be in risky shit right now. They really don't. You know, it's just AI or not. The typical business cycle, the typical market cycle is just playing out, just like it always has, guys. The economy's been running hot. Yes, the market's been running hot, but the real economy has been running hot. The last few years, I mean, look at all of these businesses people have started. Look at all the businesses. Yes, COVID killed a whole bunch, and then we just got all these. We printed $1 million, and look at all these little shitty businesses that are everywhere. And there's like, you know, all these buy now, pay later schemes, businesses that just popped out of nowhere. There's like 10 different ones. There's like 10 different new brokerages you can use. There's like 10 different new online banks. There's like 100 of every kind of AI company you can think of. Literally all these, like, people are like, AI, all this new software and all this technology, all these people who quit tech jobs and started, like, all these little startups, like, they've been running so hot, and most of them are going to get wiped out. Because there's not enough to go around for everybody. Right? The tide is going out. The tide is going out. I made a post about this on my X and my Facebook. All boats will sink when the tide's going out. All boats rise when the tide's coming in. Everything. You know, all these little startups and businesses and all these people, all this money that these people have been making on nothing. People have been making money on no real value. They're all going to get wiped out. You know? And when they get wiped out, their spending power gets wiped out. And guess what? They stop spending money in the economy. And the economy goes cold because nobody's spending any money. You know, and it's just this self-reinforcing, self-perpetuating cycle that happens, and that's I think we're gonna see very soon here. And you know what? It needs to happen, man. There's so much bullshit out there. I mean, it's honestly disgusting, you know. People want money for basically, I mean, people want money for the air we fucking breathe now. Everything costs money. For fuck's sake, you go to Subway and you order a sub and they want tips. People want tips for fucking doing their job. Dude, you have to get insurance on everything. You have to subscribe to everything. There's a monthly subscription to fucking wipe your ass now. It's gotten out of hand, and we need to take the trash needs to get taken out. The garbage will get taken out. Unfortunately, the only way that happens is to have a recession and an economic slowdown and a slight demand destruction. Unfortunately, I think it could be more than slight this time because of AI and because of just everything that's going on in the world. The world is about to experience the most radical change it's ever gone through. And another word for change, a synonym for change is chaos, okay? change is chaos, right? In order to change and evolve, there has to be chaos. It's the main ingredient in evolution. If we're going to move on successfully as a human race and integrate with AI successfully, which we have to, because AI is inevitable, okay? We've gone too far to go back. The freight train is moving down the hill. There's no stopping it. AI is coming. So we either integrate with it and we use it and we change everything, or we don't at all. But in order to change everything, there's going to be volatility, extreme volatility in a short amount of time. And I'm not talking in just the market, I'm talking in real life. Geopolitically, economically, socially, individually. You know, people are going to be going through a lot. People already are going through a lot individually right now. You know, people don't know who they are. They have no sense of meaning already. I mean, just think of how bad it's going to get in another fucking couple years. This is all going to be reflected in the global markets, right? We got fucking trade wars going on. That's not good, okay? Global trade. Global trade tensions are just an assured historical like harbinger of not good times. Okay, like when the global trade breaks down, the global order is breaking down. You know, the order that we've had in place since World War II. You know, people, you know, I think World War III is, I don't know how it's going to be fought. I think it's going to happen. I mean, we could already be in it. You could argue that we're already in it. For sure. I'm not going to get into that today, but obviously that's another reason. Because people are going to start to realize that and get scared, right? Uncertainty, fear, and doubt is the worst thing for markets. And that's what we're seeing right now. And it's going to get a lot worse. So, yeah. I think, sorry I went on a little bit there, but either the top is in or it's very close. Very close. The next 3 years, I don't think the market goes more than 10% higher than it is now, maximum. So that's my call. I might be wrong. Honestly, it'd be nice if I was wrong. But it's just, I'm not. People are like, oh, you're a doom and gloomer. I'm not, dude. I'm a realist. I can't look at all the things I look at and all the information that I've taken in the last few years and see any different outcome. I mean, in my mind, it's inevitable. But I am optimist. I'm still an optimist. Like, I want things to work out. I want them to be better. I think we can get through this. I don't think America has to fall. You know, we're still number one, right? We're still number one in the world. We're not close to being number two yet. Yes, China's coming up, and I think they're going to challenge us. And who knows what'll happen then, but right now, we are at the top still. America is the leader in the world economy, you know, in freedom, in faith, in just good in general. You know, I think people in general still want to come to America. It's still a better place to live than anywhere else. And if anyone has hope, if any country, you know, has hope for the future, it is here. You know, China this, China that. Like, yeah, they're worrying they're a definite adversary, but their population is going to collapse pretty quick here in the next couple decades, which is going to become a major problem unless robots do start becoming a mass-produced thing, which they could, and they will if we get through this little hump. But yeah, so Just don't go full porting into fucking SPY calls, just don't go full port SPY calls. Don't go plunging your money into fucking crypto and all these risky tech stocks right now. Just don't. Just wait. Stick it up your ass and wait a little bit. Stick it in your safe, lock it up. Don't let yourself get sucked into any narratives online. Don't listen to all these Twitter fucking finance gurus and experts that don't have any idea what they're talking about. Don't listen to me. I'm just a fucking lunatic. I probably don't know what I'm talking about either. But yeah, I think the top is in or it's close for stocks specifically. Metals, I think they can have another leg up. It's going to take a while, Don't go thinking it's going to happen in months. It could take another year and a half for those to get going again. Crypto, I don't think the bottom's in yet. I'm not sure when the bottom will be. Probably Q3. Yeah, keep an eye on the labor market. And the top's going to be, I think the top will be, or the major sell-off will start in late April, early May. So you guys have a good one, and I don't know. I guess just don't drive off a bridge or anything random like that, and